Hello everyone, welcome back to McSolaar TV. David here. In this video we answer some of your questions, so let's get to it. Hope you guys are having a great day. Before we start, check the info box down below for free plugin special discounts and offers, and if you haven't already, please go and check out the new website mixbusstv.com. In there you will find all the mix and mastering courses, start to finish, many different genres. On the website you can also book all the other services, mixing, mastering, private lesson, mix consultations, and a lot more. And if you want to access the exclusive videos here on YouTube, click the join button down here, become a MixBusTV member, and access all the exclusive videos. And if the channel is helping you, please consider using the super thanks, support MixBusTV, or grab some merch. Let's get to the questions. Next one is one of our members. Thank to all the members supporting the channel. How do distortion, saturation, clipping, and limiting relate to each other? Distortion and saturation are the same thing. They are simply two words to describe the same exact thing. The difference is usually just semantic between these two. With saturation, usually we mean something subtle, and with distortion, we usually mean a guitar amp turned to 11, but they are basically the same thing. It's just levels of it. Saturation can turn into distortion when it's overblown and when it's too much. As for clipping and limiting, these two, I have a video on the difference between clippers and limiters. You can search it on the channel, but in short, limiters have one function and one function only: to avoid any signal to go past a certain threshold by chopping it off. And brick wall limiters are designed to do this in the most transparent way. Unfortunately, that's not possible. And while there are crazy good limiters out there, and some of them are extremely transparent, like for example, a smart limit from Sonible is one of the most transparent, limiting does have artifacts. It's just a byproduct that, as for right now, where the technology is now, and probably that will never change, has side effects and artifacts. Usually you will find that limiting will dull transients, will squash things, you will lose focus, you will lose clarity if you push it too much. Clipping instead is a form of saturation, which has, as a byproduct of it, controlling the nominal level. So the limiters are designed to do that. The clippers were designed to saturate the signal, and as a byproduct of the saturation, they shave off the transient, they kind of bend the transient as opposed to chop it off like the limiter. And especially on transient material, you will find that some clippers, again, it depends on the type of the clipper, it depends on the material, will be able to contain and limit and diminish the nominal level while at the same time enhancing the transient, which is opposite to the limiter. But it does it by introducing distortion, saturation, color. Three words for the same thing. We like that because when the audio advance is short, a kick, a snare, we can't really perceive the distortion, or better, we can't perceive the bad distortion, the bad sound, so to speak. It just adds harmonics, and if it's a short audio event, it enhances the perceived loudness of it. Some of my most popular videos explain this concept, and those are the videos that everybody else copied then. At the same time, for the same reason, you have to pay attention to long audio events like a bass and 808. When you clip too much and you saturate too much, they start to be crunchy. And in some cases, it became a style, the super distorted 808 and everything, but let's not talk about it. How to relate with each other? Again, experience will tell you what combination will work for a given track. There's not obviously a formula. Sometimes you're gonna use two limiters, sometimes you're gonna use two clippers and a limiter, sometimes you're gonna use a sandwich of clipper, limiting, clipping, limiting again. It can't be predicted, not by me, not by anybody else. So I would highly advise that you guys stay away from people that give you formulas, because they're just either talking out of their ass and they generally don't know, and they think that their way to do things, it's the best way, or maybe they found something that works on their music and their music alone. They're not mixing or mastering for others, and they just give that to other people as the best way. It's not in a malicious way, they just don't know better, or they just usually want your money because they claim to have found the formula that you can buy for XXX amount of dollars.
Hands on my neck, hands grip